Yeah, hi there. And these comments are for Kaushal, and I apologize. I'm probably mispronouncing your name. So congratulations and welcome to my online course called the 7-Step System to Pass the TOEFL IBT. I believe you are one of my newest students. I created your username and your password, and I have contacted you via email. So check your email, even your spam folder if you didn't get my message. But to make a long story short, your password and your username will be your email. So I did create your account earlier today. So let me know if you have any problems logging on. Now let's get back to your question. So you say, I made a payment. I have an exam on the 27th. It would be great if you sent me my username. My issue with the TOEFL IBT is I need to score 83. So you want to get 20 on the reading, 20 on the listening. You want to get 23 on the speaking and 20 on the writing. So I have taken the TOEFL IBT 9 times. Wow. That's a lot of money that you spent on that. See, I've received a good score in the speaking and the writing, 29 in the speaking, and 22 in the writing. My goodness, that is incredible. Speaking is just remarkably high. You say, but in the listening, I get 21 or 17 or 14. The same goes with reading, 17 or 11 or 14 or 15. I am stressed out. I would like you to give me any suggestions or comments in order to improve in the reading and the listening sections. Thank you. I got 5 suggestions I want to give you right now, Kaushal, for the reading. I think is going to get you going in the right direction. But let's deal with what the issue is. It looks like you're probably having problems concentrating. Am I right? You're reading, you're listening to the lecture, you hear or you read what you're reading, but your brain's getting a little bit distracted and you're having trouble focusing, so you lose your concentration. Okay, so what you need to do is you need to get more used to reading and listening to college-level listening materials. Of course, my website will help you do that. But let me talk about 5 things for the reading. Number 1. You want to build your vocabulary a lot. The more you build your vocabulary, the easier it will be for you to concentrate, I think, during the reading and the listening parts of the test. That's my section 1. It's hard work, and you cannot do it by April 27th, but I think this is part of the solution to your problem is I would postpone the actual TOEFL exam. You already know you have great speaking and writing. You need more time to solve, I think, some of these reading and listening problems. But going back to reading, number 1, build your vocabulary. So in the first step of my course, you want to make sure you learn all 1,700 TOEFL words there. You want to get 1,700 note cards. You want to take each word, put the word on one side, put the definition and the sample sentence on the other. Now you say, hey, Michael, that takes a long time. Yes, it does. It'll take you probably dozens of hours just to do that one thing, but that one step, putting those words onto the note cards and beginning to study those note cards is going to help you make progress. Remember, a Chinese philosopher said, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first step. You, Kaushal, need to take the first step by getting your note cards and then putting my vocabulary words onto those note cards. I cannot do that for you. Part of the study and the preparation is that you're writing down the words, you're writing down the sentences, you're writing down the definitions of those words. Again, not just reading them from my online course, but actually writing them down. That's one of the steps in helping you learn those words. Now, again, with those 1,700 words, you also want to download the audio files of those words. I think with my vocabulary lessons number 4, 5, and 6, you can download all the audio files of those words. You should do that. and then put them on your iPad or your smartphone and start listening to me repeating those words over and over and over. So you're studying the words by note cards, you're listening to the words by audio, you're learning from two different directions, and that's very good for you and for your basic reading and listening proficiency. All right? Now, the second thing, in addition to building your vocabulary, you want to make sure that you're reading extensively on a regular basis. I'm not talking about 1 or 2 days here. To solve your problems, I'm going to be honest with you, is you want to read extensively. You want to read about 45 minutes every day for at least 4 or 5 months, probably even 6 months, before you begin to get the results that you seek. You see what I'm saying? Stop taking the TOEFL test. Start improving your academic reading skills. You see what I'm saying? Again, each day for about 45 minutes, you want to read newspapers, magazines, and then longer books. That's very important. Number 3, you want to make sure that you increase your reading speed. You can do this directly at my course, but remember, if you haven't really done steps 1 and 2, you should not try to focus as much on your reading speed. But once you have good vocabulary, and once that you've been extensively reading for several months, then you work on your reading speed. You need to read faster for the TOEFL. The faster you read, Kaushal, the easier, believe it or not, it will be for you to concentrate on the reading materials. Now, I'm guessing that your reading speed right now is probably not very fast. And because it's slow, it makes it difficult for you to concentrate. And those difficulties are causing distractions. So you're not able to remember and understand what it is you're reading because you have too many distractions. A faster reading speed will eliminate many of those distractions you're having in your brain. What do you want to do at my course? You want to increase your reading speed to at least 300 words per minute with 80% comprehension. That means you can go to one of my speed reading tests, you watch the video, you read the passage only one time, then you take my practice test. If you score 80 or higher, that means you're ready to go to the next level. So, let's keep talking. So far, what have I said? I'm talking about 5 things to improve your reading. I said build your vocabulary. I said read extensively for several months for 45 minutes. I said increase your reading speed to 45 minutes. Now, once you've done steps 1 through 3, now it's time for step 4. Step 4 means become familiar with the TOEFL IBT reading question types and the strategies for answering them. For example, some of the questions are what I call main idea. Other questions are called detail questions. Some questions are called vocabulary questions. Other questions are involving you to complete a chart or a table and then answer a whole bunch of questions about the reading passage. These are all different types of questions and they require different strategies. Your step number 4 is become familiar with the different question types and how to answer them during the TOEFL IBT exam. My reading section of my course helps you with that. I have several different videos that will show you every possible TOEFL IBT reading question type. It'll also tell you how to answer those questions so you become more familiar with your test-taking strategies. Now, the last thing is, and you cannot get this at my course, you need to take TOEFL level reading practice tests. This is very important. Now, I have 70 different reading practice tests at my site, don't get me wrong, but they're designed to measure your reading speed and your basic comprehension of academic reading text. But you should also use a book. You might want to use a book. I recommend either Cambridge, maybe Kaplan, maybe Barron's. But any book that has TOEFL level reading practice tests, you want to start taking those practice tests. Remember though, once you've done steps 1 through 4, now you're ready to begin completing TOEFL practice tests. Once you do a practice test, you want to do an analysis of it. Really pay attention, Kaushal, to the answers that you're missing. And try to figure out why you made the mistakes you did. And then you go back to step 4 and say, okay, what is the question type? And did I or did I not apply the correct strategy for answering this question? So then you go and you review your test-taking strategies to see how you can improve your ability to answer these questions correctly. So that's it. That's really what you have to do to improve your reading. It's a very tough road. It's very hard work. There is no easy way out of this. You need to do 5 specific things. Build your vocabulary. Read extensively every day for several months for about 45 minutes each day. Increase your reading speed to 300 words per minute. And then become familiar with the IBT reading question types and the strategies for answering them. And finally, begin taking TOEFL level reading practice tests. If you do these 5 things in the order that I mentioned them, you can get out of the hole you're in. You can bring that reading score up. You can probably bring it closer to 23 or 24 points out of 30 as opposed to where you are right now. All right, now let's move on to listening. Listening, you're kind of in the same situation. I think once you build your vocabulary and you spend time reading a lot, it'll be much easier for you to listen to academic type lectures. So with your listening, you'll notice in the listening section of my course, I do have 2 specific websites you should go to every week. I think the one is called NPR, National Public Radio, npr.org. The other is called Randall's Cyber Listening Lab. You want to make sure you're going to those 2 websites every week and you're practicing at those websites every week. But obviously that's not enough. You also want to watch TV, particularly science programs. You can also watch news programs, history or documentary programs. The main thing is you're getting used to hearing English, the spoken language, right? So I would recommend about 45 minutes every day you're watching TV or you're listening to the radio or you're going to one of those 2 websites that I just recommended. Now, at my course, I have some really good reading and listening lessons to help you develop the right study techniques, to help you develop the correct strategies, to go through different sections. Make sure you go through all my reading and my listening videos, and then, of course, you can start taking my listening practice test to measure your progress. I think right now I have about 38 or 39 listening practice tests. Each practice test is about 5 or 6 minutes long, accompanied by 6 or 7 questions. That's also going to get you more used to answering questions from difficult type lectures. So that's also very, very important for you. So you see what we're talking about here, Kaushal? The things that I'm recommending and my suggestions I'm giving you, I don't think you can solve all these problems in 25 days. We're looking at several months before you can get the results that you seek. If you try to do everything that I suggest in a shorter time period, it's probably not going to give you enough time to get used to all of these different materials in order for you to get the results that you need. You can do this, right? Now, I know you're stressed. You said in there, I'm stressed out. But remember, if you prepare and you take several months to do your preparation, I think you will perform much better, I think, on the reading and the listening sections of the test. I mean, think about it. How did you get your speaking and your writing skills so high? Let me ask you this. Did you do it by accident? Probably not. I'm guessing that you might have taken a college writing class. You might have taken an ESL writing class. I'm guessing you've been speaking with native speakers for quite some time. I'm guessing you've already been studying certain TOEFL books and those kinds of things, but you want to get some feedback. Maybe you're not in an intensive English program right now. You want to be able to talk to a TOEFL teacher online, which, and I will be that teacher, and thank you for joining my course, by the way. So my point is, Kaushal, is you did not get your speaking and writing scores by accident. You did it with a lot of work and a lot of motivation. You did it. You know you can do this. The next thing is you now know, based on my video, you know what you need to do to get good results for the reading and the listening sections. The question is, are you willing to do the work that's required to increase your score? Because you cannot be lazy. You have to be motivated. You have to really want to make this happen. Remember, you've taken the TOEFL 9 times, and then you've come to my website to get some advice, and I'm trying to help you break out of the cycle of scoring low on the reading and the listening section. So I'm doing everything I can based on my own knowledge and my own experience of having taught TOEFL for about 20 years. I'm trying to give you some good suggestions that can help change your future. We can change your reading and your listening scores. All right, anyway, thank you very much for your comments. I hope in this video I've given you some good ideas about what you can do and how you can do it. And I think I've given you some good suggestions of things that you can do at my website to get better. All right, have a great day.